Hello and welcome to the Battle Report. Today we're playing 1500 points of Dark Eldar, pure Dark Eldar, versus 1500 points of pure Ravenguard. So we're playing in a campaign. It's a battle for a Manufactorum, which in the campaign allows me to, because I control at the moment, to take an extra slot, which I chose to take an extra heavy, so 2 Ravagers, Razorwing, and a Talos. The Warlord for the campaign is my Archon, which is this guy down here. Just going to wait for him to zoom in there. Right there. There you go. So he's my Archon, running with some grotesques, and the list will be in the description. So stay tuned. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm playing Brian. First time playing Brian. So looking forward to having a lot of fun. Deployment and mission. We are playing Mission 6 of the Maelstrom mission rules from the 40k book, which is you have 6 tactical objectives at the start of the first turn, and then every turn after that you can only have a maximum of 5, then 4, then 3, then 2. So it's a very hard mission to play, as you might be deadlocked with objectives that you can't play at the beginning of the game. So 1500 points, we're playing Dawn of War deployment. I have a Talos with a twin-link liquefy gun and twin-link cannons, Witches in a Venom and Warriors in a Venom behind there. Then I have a Ravager here, a Raider with 10 Warriors, Splinter Cannon Blaster, 8 Reaver Jet Bikes. Then we move on to the 3 Grotesques with the Archon in that Raider, another Ravager, a Raider with 6 Witches in it, and then in reserve I have a Razorwing Jet Fighter. So Brian on this side has Sternguard with plasma guns and Librarian with telepathy. He has an empty Razorback, as well as an infiltrating unit of sniper scouts with a rocket launcher. A very expensive unit of Vanguard veterans with all lightning claws and jump packs. A Landspeeder Storm with heavy bolter scouts and an assault cannon and a lightning claw and a storm bolter and melter bombs, so they're decked out. A Devastator squad with 4 heavy bolters that's scouted up, and a tactical squad with a plasma gun and a sergeant. These, a lot of the models in Brian's army are using the Forge World Horus Heresy ones, so check them out, they look amazing. So objectives, we have number 3 here by the Aquila, we have number 1 here in that round building, we have number 6 here by the Administratum building, we have number 4 here, 2 by the statue. Then we have number 4 at the crossroads, which is an important tactical objective, and the high ground, which is this building here, held by objective number 5. So Ravenguard deployed first. They have chosen to take the first turn. It is night fight, and the Dark Eldar are going to attempt to seize the initiative. I do have the Warlord trait that gives +1 to my Cs, as well as reroll reserve rolls, and let's do this. I don't. In objectives, he got Recon, Secure Objective 2 twice, Secure Objective 5, Assassinate, and Harness the Warp. So at the end of the turn, well, we'll do that in a second, the Sternguard moved up and immobilized the Grotesque Raider with a successful... oh no, that was the last cannon. They didn't do anything. The Vanguard vets took objective 5. Shooting from the heavy bolters and the scouts, all fired into the 2+ cover jinking Reaver jet bikes, killing 4, and they ran away, but they didn't run away from the board. Other than that, everything else just moved, and the Storm Landspeeder decided not to commit suicide and go for objective 2, but to stay there and hold back. So Brian has achieved Harness the Warp. He cast Force with his Librarian. He has achieved Secure Objective 5 with his Vanguard veterans, and he has not achieved anything else this turn. So those 2 go into the points pile, and he can discard a card if he wants.
I'm going to get rid of this one right now,
okay,
because I don't see it happening anytime soon.
So Brian will get rid of Assassinate and discard it from the pile. Now we're moving on to Dark Eldar, turn 1, so I get 6 objectives. I get secure objective 3, I get secure objective 6, I get overwhelming firepower, just killing a unit and shooting, secure objective 5, which is going to be tough to do with the Vanguard veterans right there, secure objective 3 again, and last but not least, psychological warfare. Try and force a morale test and have them fail it, which is great for Dark Eldar. Very thematic. We had the Archon and his grotesque move out and run behind the power generator. I shot both Ravagers into the Razorback, stunning it and putting 1 hull point on it. I boosted this unit of Witches up, objective secured, to take objective 5 from back there. I focused all the other firepower, so I had Raider with the Warriors inside, both Venoms and my Talos into the now non-existent Devastators, giving me overwhelming firepower point. And I took objective 6. And of course, objective 3 is in the corner with an objective secured tactical squad there, which means it's very hard for me to get. Which now brings the score. Oh, and my Reaver Jet bikes ran off the board, they failed to rally, giving Brian first blood. So, I have secure objective 5, I have overwhelming firepower, and secure objective 6. That's 3 points, and I will be discarding psychological warfare, because it's hard to make morale tests against Marines, and I will be keeping both secure objective 3s for later in the game, bringing the total to 3 points to 3 points going into Space Marine turn 2. And we have reserves to roll for.
We do.
We have a unit of jetpacks coming in, and they do. The Vanguard veterans jumped out, made an 11-inch charge, and then whiffed all their attacks. So that was lackluster. I killed 1 and took 1 wound. Then we had the Stern Guard shoot a rapid fire into that Raider and put 1 hull point on it, but was actually done from this Razorback there. In other shooting, the Scouts moved up to objective 2 and failed to do anything to that Raider. We had deep striking unit of jump packs land here very bravely and kill the Venom, exploding it with the plasma pistols, killing 4 in the explosion. The Witch is now fleeing. And in other news, this unit moved up and failed to do anything against that Venom. So, at the end of Space Marine turn 2, the Space Marines control objective 2 twice. So they're taking objective 2 for another 2 points. And are you discarding any?
No, I'm keeping them.
Okay, he's keeping those. And now we're moving on to Dark Eldar turn 2. Razorwing comes in on a 3+. It does. I'm not going to re-roll that. And then I have two objectives, so I have 3 and 3 here. And I'm going to so it's 5 objectives now. So I'm going to take Scour the Skies, which I can't do. We play that we negate it because he has no flyers. I'm going to do secure objective 3 again, behind enemy lines, and secure objective 6 again. Razorwing showed up, put 26 wounds on the clumped up unit of Stern Guard veterans, killing all but 2 in the Librarian. Killed the Razorback after both Ravagers fired at him from back here. And then we also had the Stern Guard, the Vanguard, finally killed a Grotesque, and my Archon killed 2 models. He's back there. The Witches that survived a heavy flamer attack last turn from the Stern Guard moved up, charged into the Scouts, killing 2 and losing 1 of their numbers. I had a Raider full of warriors move into the backfield to try and claim behind enemy lines with 3 units. And then the Venom moved back to claim objective 3 from the tactical squad that moved away from it last turn, and also another unit for behind enemy lines. In the meantime, this unit stayed by objective 6 to capture it, and the Talos moved in to assault the Assault Marines to keep them tied up and killed 1. So, at the end of Dark Eldar turn 2, I have secured objective 3 times. It was a very important objective. I have secured enemy lines with 3 units, which means I get D3 points for 3 points, which is a lot of points. And securing objective 6 has granted me another point for a huge, massive swing of 7 points in favor of the Dark Eldar. In combat, we had the Archon not kill anyone, the Grotesque killed 2, and then one more Grotesque go down, and the Grotesque has 1 wound left. So they're still fighting it out. The Sternguard and Librarian charged this Raider and blew it up. Wrecked it with glancing hits. 1 Scout and 1 Witch died in that combat. The tactical squad on this flank moved and ran to get recon and to secure objective 1. And in combat back here, 1 Marine died and no wounds on the Talos, and the Scout Storm has moved up, trying to engage the troops on objective 6. So, at the end of the turn, Brian, which objectives have you secured?
At the end of this turn, I have not accomplished a thing. Oh, I did.
Secure objective 1
That's right.
and recon, and will you be getting rid of any cards?
I'm going to get rid of Psychological
Okay,
Warfare.
and keep objective 6, which is a smart move, because the next turn he only has 3 cards left. 3, so he can draw 2 cards. So now moving on to Dark Eldar, turn 3, and I'm going to get secure objective 2. I'm going to get, so there's 4 cards now, Hungry for Glory. So I need to issue a challenge, which I don't think I can't do right now. And Harness the Warp, which is impossible for me. So we always redo. Kingslayer. D3 victory points for my enemy's Warlord. We'll be back. Okay, so Ravager moved up. It didn't do anything to the Sternguard. The Archon killed off the last of the Vanguard and moved up. The Scouts and Witches in said building had nothing happen. This Raider moved up to the objective to score it. I failed to kill the Landspeeder Storm with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lances and a blaster. I put 1 hull point on it and stopped it from moving or shooting. I killed 1 Tactical Marine from the Venom that moved into the Aquila, and the Talos wiped out both remaining Assault Marines. So now, in the end of the turn, I have gained objective 2. I'm going to keep Kingslayer because I want to kill his character, and I'm going to discard Hungry for Glory. Actually, no. I'm going to keep both of them. It'd be very thematic if it happens. Okay, we'll be back after this. We had the Librarian and Sternguard try and Psychic Shriek the Grotesques, but he did put -1 leadership on my Archon, and then shot and killed the Grotesque. The Archon is still okay. The Witches finally killed the Scouts in combat over here, and they consolidated down into the building. The Storm stayed there. The guys got out to try and take objective 6. They shot into here. I still have to take a morale test for them, but we wanted to do that on camera. And nothing happened to the Talos back here. And in shooting, the whole tactical squad failed to do any damage to the Venom. So we will be moving on to Dark Eldar turn 4. But first, let's see if that unit flees from objective 6. They need an 8 to stay. Oh, I rolled a 1, so even if the other one's a 6, they pass. And in objectives, I have Kingslayer and Hungry for Glory, so my Archon's going to go and challenge a bunch of people. And I get 1 more card for turn 4, which is Secure Objective 1. We had the Archon move in and kill the Librarian in a challenge, and the Witches mopped up the Sternguard. And then we had a lot of maneuvering. Shooting from a Ravager killed the Storm. And then shooting from the Warriors, the Raider, the Venom, the Razorwing, whittled down this unit down to 1 model. And the Talos did not make it to capture Objective 1. In the meantime, these Cabalites failed to do anything to the Scouts. So we're moving on to Space Marine turn 5. Could be the end of the game. And the Dark Eldar have scored 1 point for a challenge. They have scored 2 points for Kingslayer, bringing the total up to a lot of cards. Let's see if this is the end of the game. And we have 2 objective 6s for turn 5 for Brian. All he has to do is kill the Cabalite warriors to take those objectives. We had the Scouts murder the Cabalites, taking 2 points for objective 6, and the brave remaining sergeant trying to do a wound on the Talos. That has a pain token, by the way, and has not succeeded. So, There's no objectives. He's done all his objectives so far. I have one objective for secure objective 1, and I need recon, which I automatically get because it's already been done. Turn 5, Dark Eldar. The Archon joined the Witches and is starting to move up. Both Ravagers moved up to shoot at the scouts, killing a couple. But they went to ground and they're okay. The Talos forgot to move up, so he's not scoring, but he killed the Marine. And I got recon for 1 more point, leaving me with secure objective 1 at the end of the game. So we're rolling to see if the game continues. Brian, roll away. And it does. So at the end of the game, this is the towel in by the 3 lone scouts that are left on the board. The score was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. First Blood and Linebreaker. So 11, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, plus Warlord, 13, 14, 15, 16, and Linebreaker, 17. So 11 to 17, a 6-point spread. That could have gone very differently. Had these been 1s, that's 5 points less, that would have been 12. So it was quite a close game in terms of the victory points. So Brian, any last comments?
Roll better dice.
Roll better dice, yeah. It happens. Awesome, thanks a lot for watching. Make sure you check out the Tactical Corner at the end of the battle report where I talk about tactical stuff. And thanks a lot for watching and commenting and liking. We appreciate it very much. Cheers, this is Skari out. And welcome to another Tactical Corner. This game was played with a few different things for the Ravenguard units, starting with the Vanguard veterans doing nothing, which let my grotesques then really do some damage on the enemy army. I kept most of my units back, then darting them forward to gain objectives when the cards showed up, which was a smart play. Towards the end of the game, the Space Marines had suffered high casualties. This prevented them from really being able to maximize on the endgame, although they did get most of the tactical objectives that they drew. Having some witches in the backfield dealing with very non-tough units like scouts was beneficial, and being able to deal with the enemy warlord, isolating them, blasting his Stone Guard veteran unit, and then being able to challenge him in combat, getting Kingslayer and Hungry for Glory, which was a huge point swing for me in the game. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Let me know what you thought about the battle report down below in the comments, and we'll see you next time.